Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
One of my favorite of Jesus' parables is the parable of the talents. I think because the word talent in English doesn't mean money, but things you can do well. So the story almost has two different meanings. I found it interesting that the mention of talents was the only one found in Matthew. When Luke tells the story, he talks about minas, and a note in my Bible says that a mina is equivalent to about 3 months' salary. But one way or another, it was originally a significant amount of money that the master gives the servants. He seems to know his servants well because he gives them a different number of talents according to their ability. But even the least amount that he gave was worth a significant bundle. With the first two servants, the responsibility was well placed. They did a good job multiplying what the master had given them. So when he returned, he gladly gave them more. But when it came time for the third servant to show what he had done, here's what he said. Lord, I knew that you are a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, You wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own with interest. What was the difference between the three servants? The first two wholeheartedly served their master, used what he had given them for his good. What did the third servant do to be called lazy and wicked? He did nothing. He didn't go off and squander the money. He didn't party with it. He carefully hid it until the master returned, laid it aside. He just didn't try. And he didn't really know his master. He didn't think his master would hold him accountable for what he didn't do. But he was wrong. This parable reminds me not to be passive. Sure, I can lay on my spiritual inner tube and float down the river of life, but when I do, I'm ignoring the people around me who are drowning. I'm passing up opportunities to help others and use the gifts and talents that God has given me. If God has given me a pretty voice, I should use it to sing in the choir. If God gave me a way with children, I should be helping in the nursery or in VBS or something. If your gift is teaching, why not volunteer to teach a Sunday school class or a Bible study? For me, God has blessed me to learn sign language, and it thrills me to be able to use that gift to interpret at a local church or in the community when I'm needed. What spiritual treasure has God allotted to you? How can you be a good steward of those gifts so that you will hear, as the first two servants did, Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.